It's prime time for boating and, unfortunately, boating accidents.
So before you get out on the water, the U.S. Coast Guard wants to make sure you are safe.
Joining us now is Lieutenant J.G. Joe Price Larson, the Recreational Boating Safety Officer for the U.S. Coast Guard on Long Island Sound. It's quite a title you have there.
Yes, yes it is.
Right off the bat, just tell us how the Coast Guard assists boaters.
Absolutely. We actually have a 24-hour, 7 days a week watch that is always available. If people get into trouble, have questions, need assistance in any way, we are there to help them. And they can get in touch with us in many ways through our direct number, which we're going to give out here shortly, I believe, and also Channel 16 on the radio.
So Channel 16 is like the 911 if you needed it?
Basically, yes. On the water, you can think of Channel 16 that way. It's the International Hailing and Distress Channel on the radio. So boaters use that to kind of talk to each other, get in touch with each other, but also anytime you hear a Mayday call, it should be on Channel 16.
All right, boating season is already underway. What problems are you already seeing out there?
Already what we see is basically people not really paying attention on the water, drinking and boating, boating under the influence, and people not wearing their life jackets. There's a lot of problems and tragedies that can be averted if people will just keep we call it keeping a weather eye, keep an eye on what's going on around you, situational awareness, where the other boats are, what other people are doing, what the people on your boat are doing, and making sure that you have all the safety equipment that you need.
Well, speaking of life jackets,
yes, I'm wearing one.
That's not so bulky or
no, it's
uncomfortable,
not too bad.
I don't think.
It's not, and there's something else in the back of this. What exactly is this?
On the back of that, that's our little survival kit. Inside it's got little supplies that we need in case we do go in the water, going to be in the water for an extended period of time. It has a survival knife, it has a signal mirror, whistle, a couple other things that you may need if you go into the water.
All right, so we're talking about cold water exposure. I'm assuming, I only know this because I'm a fan of the crab show, the survival suits.
Yes.
Is that similar to that?
Similar to it. This one right over here beside me, that's what we call a dry suit. And this is actually one that we wear on our missions. If we're going and the temperature, the air temperature and the water temperature is below a certain number, typically below 60 degrees, then we're going to be wearing one of those. And what it does is, it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a dry suit. If we fall in the water, it will actually keep us dry. The only thing exposed in that suit is your hands and your face.
All right, so let's just say somebody needs rescuing. What happens once you get on the scene? What do you do first?
On the scene, well, typically it all begins with that distress call, and we are launching our small boats, a helicopter if need be, and they're getting on scene as fast as possible to the location that we have. Once they get on scene, they're assessing the situation and taking the actions that they need to be taking right then and there to save the lives or assist the boaters in distress.
So it says in our notes here that we should have a float plan.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
A float plan. A float plan is basically anytime you're going to go out on the water, you're going to go paddling, you're going to go power boating, you're going to do whatever you're going to do on the water. Let someone that you know and trust know where you're going, when you're planning on leaving, and when you anticipate being back. That can save you a lot of problems, a lot of headaches. If you get into trouble in the water and you don't have the means to call, if you don't have a radio, you only have a cell phone, you're outside of your signal area, or your battery dies, which does happen, we get that quite a bit, then if someone has your float plan, knows when they can expect you back, then they'll know when you're not back by that time that something may have happened, and they'll call us.
If you are in distress, what is that number that they need to call?
The phone number for our direct line to our search and rescue desk is 203-468-4401. And that desk is manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with an individual who's highly qualified to take calls of a distress nature, and they get the assets, our small boats, our helicopters, whatever you need out there as fast as possible.
And they can call 911 as well.
Absolutely. Individuals can call 911. We recommend contacting us directly because it kind of cuts out the middleman. But if you call 911, they're going to get in touch with us afterwards and give us all the information that they've gotten from you. However, our guys are the experts in maritime search and rescue, so highly recommend if you can call us directly or get on the radio on Channel 16, that's your best bet.
Well, very informative. Thanks for keeping us all safe out there.
Absolutely.
And you have the information. We have the information right there on the screen for everybody to take a look. And of course, they also have a website, gocoastguard.com.
Yes.
Joe, thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Wonderful tips and information.
Certainly.
And coming up, there's more Connecticut Style, so stay with us.